Yo, hey guys, Beast back with some more beastly content. Today, this is gonna be day 3 of a day in the life of the Nip Nip Geklord. You know it. So, today, the Geklord begins work on Farm 07. The goal for this farm today is going to be 3,000 Nip Nip per farm. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Geklord get all his Faecium? Well, in the beginning, the Geklord knew a recipe to make thousands of Faecium instantly, real quickly. But nowadays, he has so much Faecium, he grows it to get more Faecium. It is replenishable. So this here is the beginning of the upgrades of the Faecium farm here. This is the Faecium depot. This is a decent depot. I think it's like 6,000 base. But with the addition of these new microbiodome technologies that the Geklord has implemented in today, as you can see here, which we are adding a decent amount of them. We started with like 60 of them. We've been running them all the way up to the roofs. We loaded it up with like a decent like 150 Faecium, so you know, decent few thousand, like 5,000 Faecium, something like that. So that should add to the supply of the Faecium. That is just what the harvest was of the old Faecium farm without the microbiodome upgrades. The next thing the Geklord will do today is just go ahead and head on into a local base, actually, in the Nip Nip Geklord's galaxy. If you do not know, you can actually visit the system of the Nip Nip Geklord and harvest his farms for yourself to collect as many credits as you would ever need. Have unlimited credits just for visiting this system every 3 hours. More credits. Geklord continues to build farms. Who knows when he's going to stop really? Maybe when he reaches the 1 billion credits in one harvest moment, he will continue to build. Maybe he will purchase new Steam accounts to continue to build in the same system to create even more farms in this system. So really, this is like the ultimate system to ever go to get the unlimited credits. But as you see here, this is the continuation of the new farm. This is Farm 07. Farm 07 is a unique design. It has a bit of a long hallway down to the main portion of the base, but it splits off into 3 biodomes, which are going to be doing a double biodome technology. The Geklord will eventually place a biodome up here as well, which will also become a double biodome. If you did not know, if you place biodomes in a certain way, when you harvest one of them, it will also harvest the top one because it's within the biodome's harvest radius. It's just width times height. It's not taking into account the dome of the biodome. So, as you can see here, this is how you would make a double biodome. All you have to do is put a straight corridor down right onto the biodome and then place any sort of cube block. It can be a clear one, it can be a solid one, it doesn't really matter as long as they are stackable blocks that are cubes that you can place a straight corridor on directly across from the second cube. Place a second cube, place a second cube, place a second cube. Super duper easy. Next thing you can do is just duplicate that straight corridor right on up, duplicate it on up, place it right there. Go ahead and select the biodome again. You can either select it in inventory or just duplicate it, place it up. And now you can delete your little box and corridor structure, get rid of it entirely. It is no longer needed. That was only to place the biodomes where they are so close together that the bottom biodome will also harvest the top biodome. We are going to be combining this past discovery of the double biodome and the eventually triple biodome, which we have not used micro technology in triple biodome setups. However, yet, future we may. I don't really want to do it, but we might. So, the next thing we're going to be doing actually is a discussion over our pure ferrite or a magnetized ferrite recipe. So, if you take ferrite dust, pure ferrite dust, as well as silver into your large refiner inside of your freighter, I recommend using the freighter refiners just because they do not require a fuel cost. They are powered by the freighters, so you will not be paying for any of this smelting. It will be the free smelting. But if you have to use your base refiner for some reason, I don't know, just get a freighter, bro. They're really easy to get. Don't just do it, bro. Okay, but anyway, as you can see here, 7 minutes, 4,000 magnetized ferrite. Here are some numbers for the farm, actually. We're going to go ahead and get on into these numbers here. So, the farm is actually going to be requiring a large amount of biodomes to be created.
As a matter of fact, 88, I do believe, of them. But let's get on into a little bit of the numbers here. So, 24 microdomes per dome will be placed. There's a total of 8 domes in this new farm. Also, here is a little quick tip here. If you are doing Halo cores or the other cores, while they are running in the refiner, select it before it reaches the endpoint and add materials. I believe it's Y on the Xbox controller. As you can see here, this is a super fast way of smelting your Halo cores and your larval cores really quickly without having to go into multiple furnaces or anything like that and ever leaving the menu. All you gotta do is just continue adding before it runs completely out. You can run through all of them and boom, a quick 3,000. And it's just a little Geklord tip here, but we will go ahead and get back on into these numbers that I have discussed here. Now, we'll get on into those into a minute. However, first we need to go ahead and discuss this. So, this is the glass farm currently. We are going to be upgrading it a bit today as well. We started with just 5 large hydroponic trays, being the micro hydroponic trays. That means 20 more of the glass plants will be placed. The next thing we'll be doing is actually beginning to add the microbiodomes to our new farm. That is the next step the Geklord has decided to take. He will go ahead and start with 1 dome. That means he will have about 1 dome out of 8 domes completed. Here the Geklord will just continue to place these microbiodomes, duplicate it once, enter free place mode, place down, place down, place down, place down, all the way around it, doing an entire ring around it, staying within the boundaries of the original biodome, allowing for the use of the original biodome's harvest button on every single one of these biodomes. Using biodome, double biodome technology allows for a new factor to be used here, being that both the lower and the upper biodome will be harvested just by collecting from the bottom biodome, with 24 microbiodomes per farm should create about 30,000 Nip Nip totally. So we will real quickly cover these numbers. As you can see there, we did just finish our glass upgrading. The next thing the Geklord does, of course, is just build out his little landing pad area, make it look nice, so that he will actually enjoy it. But as I was saying, it required 4,700 magnetized ferrite, 940 glass, aka 38,000 frost crystals. Yeah, that's a lot of material. But the only thing really left here, we will go ahead and get a view of it here. I did finish going ahead and loading up the microbiodomes. We will be harvesting the Faecium farm for the first time soon. However, I don't think that's going to be 3,000 Nip Nip worth of Faecium yet. So we will probably need to harvest it again. This is probably getting close to the end of the day.
Alrighty, so almost the end of the day now. The new Faecium farm harvest has been completed. I don't know what the old one was. Maybe it was just 3,000. The new output is 7,000. We are going to be putting all of that back into the Faecium farm. It does look like the end of the day will not be including the harvest of the new Nip Nip farm, Farm 7. However, Farm 7's main structure has been completed. This has been really the first time I have ran through the full creation of a farm without taking too much time, and also the upgrades and showing a little bit of how I get my glass, how I get my magnetized ferrite, how I got my Faecium. You know, things like that. All are very important informations. I've shown metal plating before, however, I showed it again today. But anyway, so the next thing we're going to be doing here is actually just placing the micro hydroponic trays down. We have 41 available, so we're just going to try and stock this thing as full as we can, as you can see here. We will not have that much Faecium. We only have 7,000 Faecium to be planting. However, I am sure that 7,000 Faecium should output to a good amount of Faecium allowed to actually be received. One of the annoying things about trying to select one of these biodomes with a plant in it is that it's very difficult. I think the ending solution was actually just to go ahead and delete a couple Faecium. They will be planted back pretty quickly soon enough here. As you can see, just a couple there, we can finally pick it up. Should have just duplicated it, but as you can see here, just loading the thing full of the Faecium. As you can see, as long as you can reach the harvest button, that is all that matters in these biodome farms. As long as you stay within the radius of the biodome is also an
be able to click the harvest button, you will be able to collect everything inside of the biodome in one single button press. However, this is basically the end of the video. Here is Farm 07 in all of its current glory. We will be needing to plant 3,000 Nip Nip. We currently have about 300 Nip Nip plantable with the 7,000 Faecium we received from that farm. So hopefully the new revamped final upgrade there will supply us greatly. We will find out in the day 4 of the day in the life of the Nip Nip Geklord. But I do believe this is about the end of the video, so go ahead and leave a like on the video if you did enjoy and keep it beast mode.